Welcome to Styled for Growth, the podcast where mindset meets style and presence becomes your power. I am your host, Antasia Moore, and each week we'll dive into the tools, truths, and transformation behind showing up as the woman you're meant to be, inside and out. All right, y'all, what's poppin'? All right, episode 9, Smart Living, decluttering with intention, for sure, for sure. What's the point of having a clean space if you're not even going to utilize it? What's going to be the point of decluttering and your mind is still going to be thinking of 50 thoughts? Really? Come on. As we're getting older and as ladies begin to age gracefully, you really want to recognize and respect your gray hairs, okay? You really want to be able to think about things in a hindsight that felt as though you were being genuine and authentic throughout the duration of your lifetime. It's not even about just being able to go and sign up for any kind of passes. At the end of the day, your mindset needs to be your pass. Your way that you carry yourself and think about the things that are around you needs to ultimately resonate that there is a successful woman within myself. And it has nothing to do with any of the passes. The lady that I see is where the success lies. So decluttering with intention is really that basic and simple. The basicness of life is really having a good attitude, having enough things that you want to do, see yourself in places that really resonate with the woman that you are thinking about, whether it's $100 meal or whether it's a $3 or $4 different meal. Sometimes we get so caught up in how much I'm spending, what people are going to think if I spend this little or this much, or we get so caught up in everything besides ourselves. We get so caught up in everything outside of us that we don't even understand that we are a human being with emotions and feelings. That won't even resonate with us. That makes us feel like, oh, girl, I'm doing the most. Oh my God. Like, really, we need to really learn how to find that normal space that says, I'm a young lady who has wants, who has needs, who has thoughts, who has desires, who has a career that they want to manifest. And then realize that normalcy is what we've been seeking. So decluttering with intention is about having a space where you can turn to readily without having the focus to be diverted in 6, 7, 8 different places. If my closet is put together and everything is cool and I tried my best, I can tick that task off and go ahead on and focus to something that needs my attention, and it's not my closet. I've already did the closet. So I know for a fact whatever's taking place is not going to be that. And that knowing is really where your power lies. It's a power to understand sometimes that no is a very firm thought in the complete sentence, as my ladies are known for saying. Sarah, you know this. When the kids get to acting like the whoop de whoop, no. Today I'm holding you, okay, but Monday is coming around and you know what Monday means. No whole Monday, baby. Mommy is busy. Mommy has things and tasks that she wants to accomplish too as well. And ladies, as moms, we really put off our well being for our children. But when you really think about that, how was that really benefiting your baby? When you really want to show up as your best self, you're showing up for your best self so that you can take care of your children in a healthy manner that helps them manifest the purpose that God's will is for what they think of. And it's really just that simple. Sometimes I guess women just take their children for granted. I guess people just don't even understand that they are really some of the most precious entities that are ever alive and allowed to even have breath in their bodies and visit this planet Earth. I love my daughter. Without my daughter in my life, God only knows where I'd be. I probably wouldn't even be in God's presence, let alone anybody else's. To set any type of example, you really need to have a basic understanding of what it is that you want to do as a woman. And that begins decluttering with intention, okay? Your closet. That literally begins with your mindset of decluttering with intention. Whether that intent is to spend more time with your family, less on your closet, more time figuring out what you want to do, where you want to go, how you want to look, what you want to feel, what it is that you want to resonate. All of those moments are more so about having those people that come around really feel as though they are loved and genuinely cared for. Because ultimately, that's all you have to do. You have to show them that you care. You have to show them the love and concern that you really want to give to yourself and to them. Because that's really where they're really going to want to see that type of energy transform that. And secretly, you do too. Okay, so shopping consciously, yeah. You always want to check out and see what's going on in your closet first, or shop at a cheaper space. Maybe Sarah and them wants to kind of sort of realize that they have a budget, so maybe the budget is going to help you kind of sort of figure out. Let's not go all the time to the most full price expensive item, the full price most expensive item, all of the shopping chances that is so rediment about being the illest and the baddest. That's where we go all the time. I mean, being the illest and the baddest is really about your mindset. It's not about necessarily where it is that you shop at that costs the most. So we really got to learn how to have some balance. We really do. And balance is a good thing. People shrink away from balance like balance is so evil. And it's not. It's really a good thing. Balance makes us kind of sort of grateful. Balance makes us aware that it's not always roses. It's not always going to be smelling like the trapeze zoo either. But at the same time and token, you really just want to make sure that you have an understanding that both is possible, that both of these issues are able to manifest. Because that's really what it's about. Balance in the rewards and the consequences, balance in rewards and penalties, balance in how we think about things, balance in who gets our company and our time, balance about what we do when it comes time to spending time with our children. Balance is really where you figure out who you are, what you want to become, who you want to manifest. When you have enough balance in your heart and in your world, this is easy. When you really have balance in how you want to shop and show up, you can become the woman that you want easily. It's not that difficult to really manifest the young lady that you've been dreaming about because your mind is in balance. You're not trying to figure out what the next latest craze is. You're not trying to figure out why you feeling so trendy all of a sudden, but you pushing 45. And you're not trying to figure out what the Joneses had did that made their trends more successful than yours. You're in balance. Your balance is making you radiate beauty. It's making your radiance really shine and glow. And ultimately, if you really want to know, that's winning. That's really a woman that is content in how she's showing up in the world. And that's really the women who want as an emulating spirit. And she's going to necessarily find that she's rather sought after. And that is why. Because she's a woman who shops consciously. She's a woman who has no problem in her life and can find meaning in decluttering with intention. That's a young lady who dresses the part and preaches and practices it all in the same breath and token time. Span that she's in, whether 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, 2000s. Okay. We can even go to 2020s. All right. 2030s, 2040s, 2050s, 2060s, 2070s, 2080s, 2090s, and the 3000s. You know who played Mr. 3000? Andre 3000. Who played Mr. 3000? Bernie Mac. Beautiful soul. Beautiful black superstar of a man. Stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. Love me some Bernie Mac. Can't nobody do it better. Nobody. He's so kind, so sweet, so innocent. It's so attractive. It's so kind. It really is. And Andre 3000, I just recently saw him. And I want to say one of the girls was just talking about it from the Dollhouse that he just put out this bomb album and whatever. And she manifested it and all that stuff, which I'm sure is not that big of a deal. But again, at the same time, I'm just saying, Andre 3000, I haven't seen in all of those years. But when I finally did see him, he had gray hairs everywhere. A wise man, a really wise soul. And speaking of Dr. Burrell, and that was one of our professors. My professor was really cool about the things that was going on. And Outcast is one of the ones that she wanted to teach about. And it was so educational. It really was such a great idea. And I mean, this is why the fact that that's so far out, that's not for a reason. The fact that Aaliyah is a beautiful example for a black superstar in the 1970s is amazing. That's the perfect example. And myself, I'm a 1980s baby, 1990s on a pushing for the way that the educational system goes, and nothing's wrong with that. It's not. Nothing is wrong with that. And if anybody says anything different, you know what I mean, then you gotta kind of sort of do the inner work. You gotta do the mirror work. You have to really try to figure out, why am I acting this way? Why am I so resistant? And resistance, when I was on Twitter, which I have not been on Twitter in so long, y'all will not find any of our platforms geared and focused around Twitter. So this is just an example that I wanted y'all to have. How there was always so many hashtags the resistance. Oh, okay. So now you're resisting God. You're resisting the strength of other people who want you to succeed and do well. Don't nobody want to be bothered with that. Nobody wants to be bothered with that. Don't nobody want to keep feeling like everything that you do and that's really of a benefit to somebody else is constantly resisted. That's silly. And I'm not saying that sometimes we are so silly that we just can't even fathom or function life in a healthy manner. But if so, then you've really been hurt or warped, and your mind is really out of alignment and in an imbalance with what really takes place in reality. And it's obvious, it shows that's a clear failure in the way that you're choosing to conduct yourself. And so my lady Suzanne, y'all already know. Y'all know what goes on. Y'all are very smart. Y'all don't have no problem with figuring out anything that y'all want to do. And that's what I respect most about y'all. I mean, for real. And when you create a presence in your home and habits, understand that they one and the same. Understand that what you create in your home is based off what your presence is. Your presence is your habit. When you really start realizing it's a habit to make your bed at, it's going to resonate within your mindset. Your habit is to keep your mind sharp, your mind clean, your mind focused on things that bring you harmony. When you create the presence in your home that resonates with the woman that you becoming, you winning. And ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what you want to do. You doing the right thing if that's what you choosing. That's how you win. That's how you have won. Okay? And when you live up out of here and you go where you want to be at, you want to realize that your dreams have necessarily gotten you hard won exposure. And can't nobody take that from you. Nobody. That's beautiful. That's actually some of the most beautiful thoughts that we all want. And truth be told, we can all have it. It's just about who's going to quit or who's not. Who's going to set the proper example and who isn't. That's really all you have to do. So, my ladies who are creating presence in your home and habits, y'all are winning. You all are really stepping forward and stepping up because you really believe in your young lady. You really believe in your power of how you can conduct yourself. That's amazing. I mean, for real. That's something that women are emulating around the world less frequently than they may want to. Why you think so many of the women now are trying to really show up in their authentic body or the God given body that is their temple instead of doing so many fillers? Now all of a sudden all the rave is trying to show up in the body that has gone through the ringer, and instead of being grateful for what you had, you're showing up post shoulda grateful in the absence of presence fillers with the sagginess from where it was at. And you think because you young that excuses it, that it's going to be easier to bounce back. But the way our world's set up, that's so illogical. So we're gonna go ahead on and wrap this up. I hope that y'all had some fun here. You know what I mean? That decluttering is really gonna be a certain type of mind where you can go ahead on and do just that and focus on that, and then have your benefits go ahead on and come from that, and that's your intention. So shopping as well, when you're dealing with shopping consciously for the things that you really need after you've already checked your closet, and especially my capsule ladies, that's also a winning attitude, and that's where it's at. And so just keep that in mind moving forward. And I really hope that y'all are really going to be able to do those things moving forward. Even if you just realize that you did a corner of your closet, just one space, one rack is fine. And then I really want y'all to focus and reflect about how that felt and then move on from there. So that's really all you have to do. I mean, I really don't have no other requests whatsoever. And so, if this episode helped you glow a little brighter, share it with the woman who's growing too. And if you're ready for personal coaching, style clarity, or mindset support, visit me at www.payhip.com/authentic glow coaching. Until next time, stay grounded, stay glowing, and stay becoming.